And sometimes, most times, about 90% of people with bipolar 1 disorder will experience lows, depressions. But about 10% of people with bipolar 1 don't actually experience a depression. So the episode that qualifies them for a diagnosis of bipolar disorder is the mania. Okay, it doesn't matter if they've never had a depression. Now, so diagnostically, again, I don't think diagnostically, but when I have a client asking me, you know, what's the difference between bipolar 1 and 2, for example, usually I talk about in bipolar 1, you have the high highs. In bipolar 2 disorder, you never get to the high highs, you have little highs, you have the hypomanic episodes instead. You still get lots of depressions. In bipolar 2, typically people experience a lot of depression, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. But the hypomanic episodes is what get experienced in bipolar 2 disorder. I'm going to talk a little bit about mixed episodes because this also is very important. Now, I still call these mixed episodes just because it's easier. Again, that's my judgment, yes, but I get lazy with my language sometimes. It's a mixed episode. In the DSM-5, it's now referred to as bipolar disorder with mixed features. So either a depressive episode with mixed features or a hypomanic or manic episode with mixed features, okay? Again, because I don't diagnose, I don't have to get all fancy like that. But this is important, again, for our clients to know about, for us to be on the lookout for, because a mixed episode is where somebody has symptoms of either hypomania or mania, so it can be either episode, and depression at the same time. And this can happen in about 10 to 30% of cases. Now, the big thing to be aware of here, in my bipolar disorder group, I would have 15 people that I would start with. And in the first or second session, usually I would talk about anxiety as such a common occurrence for people with bipolar disorder. And I'd get people to raise their hands. Raise your hand if you have problems with anxiety. And even though this says 51%, this is a diagnosable anxiety disorder, usually I'm going to say 80 to 90% of the people that I was sitting in the room with would be raising their hands, indicating that they have problems with anxiety in some way. So it really is a big part of bipolar disorder. Substance use also, again, a big issue. So the estimate from CanMat is that the prevalence rate of comorbid substance use problems in bipolar disorder is about 45% in clinical settings. I like to do psychoed with my clients around this as well, especially when I'm working with somebody individually and the substance use is a problem. The first line treatment option is actually not even a treatment, it's psychoeducation. Okay, so all of the stuff that we've been talking about today, this is why this is so important. It's the only first line treatment recommendation right now. Second line treatment options are cognitive behavior therapy, family focused treatment. So CBT, of course, working to change emotions by addressing the connection to distorted thinking, the problematic behaviors. The evidence, though, for this using CBT for bipolar disorder is actually still mixed. That's why it's not a first-line treatment recommendation. Family-focused therapy focuses on bringing the family in together to help stabilize routines that happen at home, again, especially sleep, because that's such a big risk factor for people, as well as working on providing consistency in the home in caretaking and the external structure where this helps the child